Have you ever wondered why photographers bring two cameras to a photo session? I know that sometimes people think it looks very fancy when you carry two cameras, but there's actual practical reason why photographers bring two cameras to a photo session.
Today I'm going to show you why I use two cameras and how each lens helps me create different looks for my clients. Most of the time during a portrait session, I'm using my 70-200 mirrorless lens. This lens is amazing for portraits because it compresses the background and creates that beautiful bokeh or background blur. It really helps separate my subject from the background so they stand out. You'll often see photographers step back a little with this lens, and that distance combined with the focal length gives a really flattering look, especially for portraits and headshots. Quick pro tip, if you're using a 70-200 and want that soft professional bokeh, keep your f-stop between 3.5 and 5.6. That gives you a nice blurred background while keeping your subject sharp. For shutter speed, I don't go below 1/250, especially shooting handheld. But 1/500 is even better for normal movement like people laughing or shifting. That combination really gives you that clean professional portrait look. My second camera has my 24-70 lens, also the mirrorless version. This one is incredibly versatile, and I tend to reach for it when I need a little more flexibility during a session. I use it for larger groups, action shots, and when I want to capture more of the environment around my subject. So for example, if I'm photographing a family and I want to include the scenery, or if people are moving, laughing, and interacting, this lens really helps me capture that full movement. It gives me more of a storytelling perspective where you can see not just the person but the setting and the connection between people. So while the 70-200 gives me those beautiful close-up portraits with background blur, the 24-70 helps me tell the bigger story for the entire session. Here's a quick photographer tip, especially if you use this lens. When the 24-70 goes in and out of your camera bag, sometimes the little switches on the side like the auto manual focus or the image stabilizer can accidentally get bumped. I've learned to always take a second look before I start shooting to double check those switches. It's a simple thing, but it can save you from wondering why something isn't working the way you expect. So here's how this usually works during a portrait session. Most of the session I'm shooting with my 70-200 because I love the way the background is separated and the way it flatters my clients. Then when I need something different, like a group photo, a wider portrait, or a scene that shows more of the environment, I grab my camera with the 24-70. Using two cameras means I don't have to stop and change lenses in the middle of a session. I can just grab the other camera and keep the flow going. This is really important. And that helps the session feel smoother and more relaxed for my clients.
So when you see photographers carrying two cameras, it's not just about looking fancy. It's really about being prepared and being able to capture the right images for your client, having those tools necessary to give them the entire session and a variety of looks.
If you enjoyed this, make sure to like and follow me for more practical photography tips, great photography locations, and a bit of travel along the way.